Look at this crap. Yeah, I'd like a double cheeseburger with extra cheese. Yeah, can I get double fries too and a soda? Okay, pull up to the first window. Okay. Hey guys, what's going on? Jay on the Segway. We are back with episode 3 of the work vlogs using the Action 5. Right now it is sunny as hell. I'm recording in HLG mode. That is with 10-bit. I think that's the only, you can only do 10-bit with HLG mode. And that's basically DJI's signature HDR mode. So what it does is, like any dark areas, it tries to pull the light out of the dark areas, and it tries to take away from the bright areas to give you an overall well-balanced picture while giving you that strong vibrancy. So it's actually a pretty cool looking mode when you look at it on the OLED screens of the actual Action 5. So that's what I'm recording, the mode I'm recording in right now, because it's really bright outside. So I'm gonna put the thing on my head so you guys can see kind of how it looks like. I want you guys to pay attention to the bright areas, like on my steering wheel, on the dashboard, all of the reflective areas. And all at the same time, I do have a polarized filter that I'm going to put on. I want you guys to see if you see any differences between the polarized filter and then just the regular DJI Action 5 filter that, you know, basically the regular lens that it has on it from the factory. So I'm going to put you guys on my head. That's pretty much how we're looking. That's the dynamic range. It is supposed to increase the dynamic range of the overall picture. So with all the glare that I have from the windshield onto the dashboard to the steering wheel, you guys should still be able to see how fast I'm going. My speedometer, the digital speedo, you should still be able to see that clear without squinting, unless you guys wear glasses. Now I'm going to go on ahead and take this polarized filter and place it over the camera lens. Make sure I find it. Bam. And this is one of those lenses. It is a circular polarized filter, so it doesn't rotate specifically per se, but you can rotate it over the Action 5 lens. Now that polarized filter that I am using is going to work the same way DJI's filters work, where it just slides over the lens. It won't slide over the lens when you have that rubber protective piece over the bezel of the actual lens. So you have to remove that, and then you'll be able to slide these filters over the actual DJI Action 5's lens. These lens covers, or these polarized filters, or it doesn't matter, UV, ND8, ND16, they fit on the Action 4. It's cross usable with the Action 4. You can use them on Action 4, Action 5, doesn't matter. And that's how it looks with the polarized filter. So I'm sitting here driving, right? And I was just talking to my relative on the phone. Moments before, not moments, maybe about an hour before it happened. I was like, man, I was talking to him about the condition of the tires on my trailer that I have right now. And then I was talking about a set of tires, some of the tires on my tractor, talking about how they just look like rolling blowouts waiting to happen. Get off the phone with him. 5 minutes later, I hear a tire blow. Boom! I was like, fuck. And then a minute and a half later, like, so when a tire blew, obviously I slowed down. And usually when the tires blow, from my experience, 45, 50 miles an hour, depending on the temperature, you could probably push it to 55. What did I just say? 45, 50 is sort of a comfortable spot when you have a tire that loses air or blows out, and it kind of holds up. Well, literally like a minute and a half later, the tire just starts shredding and it just rips apart. And I'm like, fuck. I was just talking about this. So now I'm limping. You guys can hear the cluck, 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 cluck. Yeah, that's my 4-ways on. I'm at about 55 right now. And I'm just limping to a tire center. We'll see. Somebody's gonna want to know Or not, I don't know. But if you guys are still watching this episode, I'm guessing you probably want to know what it looks like. So, I'll show you guys the damage. Now, if your tires are going to look like anything what I'm about to show you, just know they're probably on their way out. So let's take you guys around. I got fresh meats up front. See, these tires are looking pretty good. You can see the tire, the depth of the tire, right? So I had a tire blow out. That tire blew out at one point, and they replaced it with a trailer tire. A trailer tire on a tractor is never a good idea, as they're not designed to apply power to the ground and deal with the pivoting energy that you put these tires do. So since that tire has a lower profile, it lower profiled this tire. Look at right here, it's all like flat. It's about even right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. They're like, it's like almost like a semi-slick tire. And the tread is not so good on this one. Versus this one, it's got more tread on it. But that's not the issue. The issue is gonna be this guy. All right, so something about these tires, right? So you see this thing has the hoses going in, which by the way, it used to leak at one point, but it doesn't right now. So when you see any wheels on a trailer with these little, they call them CTS systems in the Army, central tire inflation systems, these things will supply air to a tire that's somewhat leaking. Like if it's got like a small puncture, it'll continue to feed air. I don't know what the rate is or how much air it feeds the tires, like per minute or whatever, but it'll feed the tire air to keep it from just going flat. This system is on all the time until you turn it off. So if you guys ever have a blowout like this and you have a tire with a CTS system, you come to the box. This is the little nipple that most guys will have to pull out when they want to adjust their axles. Well, if you look around the other side of it, there's this box right here. You guys see that little yellow lever right there? There's like a little yellow lever. There you go. That guy right there, if you turn that either direction, whichever way it's gonna turn, you'll turn off the air supply going to this whole back system here. So like when this tire blew, air was constantly just blowing, because now it's like, oh shit, I need to give that tire air, but it doesn't know that there's no tire there anymore. So when I turn that little yellow lever, it stops supplying air to the back wheels back here. It's like, see, if I turn it, you guys may or may not hear it, but now air is coming through, and now I just turned it back off. So now I have to remember to turn it back on. You guys can hear it, maybe. I didn't have it long enough. When you guys see your tires looking like this, guys, where it's just kind of flat, you don't have that little separation anymore, like how you see right here, the line goes through, but it doesn't right here. These tires are just a matter of time before they blow. These tires are getting real close. These tires are okay. They're looking pretty good. They're gonna change that tire, obviously, the tire that's not there anymore. We'll come around to this side, and you can see when the tires get worn like this, when they start to kind of become even with the inside of the tread wear, you know, that's not good. It's not good. You see that tire, bad shape. This one's kind of getting there. So the company, they're just trying to save. They're trying to save where they can. You can get a week or two out of these tires. That can make you thousands of dollars. You get what I'm saying? So it's a risk you take, or a risk you don't have to take if you got the money to get it fixed. So we're gonna get that tire that doesn't exist anymore replaced, and back on the road, and hopefully, just hopefully, I have enough time to get to Denver. Hopefully. It's gonna be rough, y'all. He got a lot of trucks in there. See you guys in a little bit. I don't know if I told you guys. Oh, it says it's disconnected. Boy, these DJI Mic 2s are so fast. They connect so fast. I don't know if I told you guys, but earlier, you remember the old girl in the wheelchair? Well, I went to Burger King to get some food. I went to Burger King to get some food for old girl in a wheelchair. If I saw her, I was gonna give her the food, right? I didn't see her, so I got in my truck. It was time for me to go, so I just got in the truck, got in the seat, went to drive. I said, well, I guess I'll just eat it, right? On my way back to the truck, before I got in my truck was parked on the corner. I think I showed you guys that. An Indian guy, it really don't matter what he is, but it just, because he has such a strong accent, is an Indian guy, right? So this Indian guy in an Infinity, what's the large SUV? The Nissan Armada's version of the Infinity. Or should I say, what's the Infinity's version of the Nissan Armada? That's what he was driving. I think it was the X80 or something, X60Q, X60Q80. That really large V8 SUV. Anyways, he came up to me right when I was getting ready to go angle myself to my truck. He pulls up on the corner. He was talking to me. He was waving me down, and I thought he was telling me something like, I don't know, maybe he was complimenting me on my gamer shot. I didn't really know what he was doing. I just know he was driving. He had a kid in the back seat and then a woman with a baby. She was holding the baby and she was sitting in the middle of the back seat. And he said, he was like waving me. I was like, oh, thanks, man, thank you. And I just kept walking. He was like, no, mister. And he wanted to tell me something. So I was like, what's up, man? Now, I'm already put off by all the they're not hecklers. I told you guys I don't want to feel like I'm in charge of, unless I'm in charge. If I'm working a job and I am appointed over some people, I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. But that's not the position I'm in, you know? I'm in everybody's equal, everybody should be treated fairly position. So with the chick with the wheelchair, when I was being a little kind of not standoffish, but kind of put offish towards her, when I stopped that night, last night, was that last episode? I think that was last episode. Get over there and watch it. When I was doing that to her, I had this little feeling in me that felt bad because she was on a wheelchair. You could see her feet's all jacked up, crooked, crippled. I could just see it. She don't have health care. Maybe that happened before she got in that position. Maybe that accident, whatever that was, kind of put her out of her whatever life she was living before. I don't know, you know. I just don't want to. We all judge, right? Everybody judges. But what you do with that judgment is on you. What are you gonna do with that judgment? Are you gonna react or act accordingly? Are you gonna like shoo somebody away because you think they're a bum, or they're a crackhead, or they're a druggie? I feel like that's what I did. And that is what I did. Essentially, that's what I did. She says something about work. It turns out she's just a peddler. She's just. I woke up in the morning, guys, and she was still wheelchairing around the little square area where I was parked at. She was still just wheelchairing around. I was like, the fuck? Did she not sleep last night? She was at the gas station heckling someone or pestering. I don't want to use bad words, right? But she was begging for money. We'll put it that way. She was begging for money. And I was like, damn. Back to the Indian guy. At this point, you guys ain't even watching if you're still here, you're not even watching this because you want to see how the Action 5 perform. You're in it for the story now. You're here watching my work vlog and you're just seeing what's going on over here. The Indian guy, he pulls up, and once he got my actual attention, he was asking me for a little bit of money for gas money. You guys who have a high emotional intelligence, you might see where this story is kind of going. Because look at the context. Look how I'm sitting here and how I'm talking to you about it. He asked me for a little bit of money for gas, and I was like, looked at his Jeep, and I said, once again, I judged him. He's doing fine. I'm like, you're doing all right, man. I ain't even got one of these. Okay, I got a ZL1, but still. I kind of put him off. Then he pulls out a ring. He said, brother, this is a $500 ring. I don't want $500. It's just something for some gas. No, I'm good, man. I did that, guys, because I remember one time I was in Denver and I think they were Turkish guys. They was in an Acura, like a MDX or something. And it was like 2 in the morning. I was at a Maverick gas station by the truck fuel pumps. Just got finished getting fuel, locked my doors because I'm like, yo, this area look a little sketch. I start walking inside and they pull up out of nowhere and it's like, do you have some money? We need money for gas, da 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 da. Nah, I'm good. I ain't give you shit. What are you offering me for my money? I work hard for this money, people. You seen my clock last night, the last episode, I had zeros. That is common for me. You know how hard it is to adjust your work clock so that you got all zeros when you stop at the end of the day in a truck that you can't just drive as fast as you want because it's governed? You know how hard that is? That takes effort. I put that effort into my work day every day so that I can get home early enough so I can have a weekend and maybe, just maybe, have enough energy to make a video for you guys. I have so many cameras, so much equipment, and I don't get to put videos out because by the time I finally get to them, it's been out for too long. It's like, well, there's no point in talking about the camera no more because it's been out. Everybody done talked every talking point of the camera, which I still got more videos for this camera. Anyways, I put the Indian guy off, guys. Nah, I'm good, man. You all right? And I walked off. I don't like doing that, y'all. I'm gonna back up. I found $20 one day, right? And I said to myself, I'm not gonna spend this for myself. This isn't my money. I don't know whose money this is because no one was around. It was just parked. It was parked. The $20 was laying by this curb, by the street, like someone was parked there at some point and they got out of, in or out of their car and the money fell out and it was just on the floor. And I just happened to be going by and I seen it. I didn't work hard for that $20, so that $20 technically don't belong to me. So I said, I'm going to give it to somebody one of these days. I just don't know when, and I don't know, obviously I don't know who. I didn't give him that $20. I get in this truck. I start driving. I get away from Albuquerque because I was in Albuquerque. This all happened in Albuquerque, close to the old downtown, about 3 blocks away from the old downtown, or the old town as they call it. I drive out of the area. I'm in the mountains now. I'm out of the mountains. I'm going down this hill. I climb up the mountain to go from New Mexico to Colorado. That's where I was. I get to the Colorado border. I start going downhill. Boom! One of my trailer tires blew. That guy back there that you just looked at. I was like, fuck. I was like, well, I said to my relative on the phone that this whole trailer was just a rolling blowout waiting to happen. And so it finally happened. And now I'm driving, now I'm looking for places to change my tire out with, and I'm driving slow. And I'm like, I'm still driving slow, and I'm like, okay, I need to find me a tire place. So what I do is I start looking on my phone for a place to change a tire, and I find one, which is the one I'm at right now. I had to drive like 80 something miles to get here. So I slowed down to 50 miles an hour. And then I saw that once the tires stopped chunking off and I seen that it was comfortable, I pushed it up to 55 and I left it there. I'm cruising down the highway. You guys seeing where the story's going yet? I see a vehicle on the shoulder, 4 ways on, and I see somebody standing outside of it. And I was like, huh. And I got closer and closer. And the closer I got to this vehicle, my eyes started opening up because I started to realize, wait a fucking minute. Is that the Indian dude with the Infinity? It was the guy with the Infinity. He was standing on the side of the road, looked like he had no hope in the world, and I drove past him. Guys, when I tell you I feel so bad, I feel so bad because that was his $20. He was trying to give me a ring for it. I was like, I don't care about jewelry. I don't want no jewelry. The thing is, guys, I saw his wife in the back seat with holding the baby. Like I literally saw all of that. The guys in the Acura was a little different because it was 2 guys. They literally came out of nowhere and they weren't offering nothing. This guy was like, he just took a ring off his finger. He said, it's a $500 ring, brother. You know, I don't want $500. I just want some from a little bit of gas money. If I was in my element, I know this section is long. If I were, and I'm not going to delete any of it. If I was in my element, any normal day, guys, I would have walked across the street to the gas station that I was parked across the street from, and I would have had him fill that thing up to the. I would have probably filled it up for him. And something that I've done in my whole life, I squeeze out more fuel until it's at the top. I would have did all of that. No matter how much I had in my account, I would have just done it. And I didn't do it. I didn't even give him the $20. Where do you draw the line at, right? Where do you draw the line? Because people are always screwing people over, and I see the little things, and I should have seen them, but I think I was so put off by the wheelchair lady that I wasn't trying to hear anything. It's like that whole entire little area of Albuquerque was just putting me off. All I saw was people walking around trying to pester someone for some money, trying to ask someone for money, and not offering anything. And here this one guy's offering me something, and I didn't give him no money. Because I don't want the ring. I would have told him to keep the ring. If he really needed gas money, he could have used the ring as a trading tool for money later on in his journey. I didn't know where he was going. I just remember when he drove off, he looked like he didn't want to drive off. He had Colorado tags. It don't even matter. I remember him. He was standing outside the vehicle when I passed. And I was like, fuck. Why am I telling you this? One, it's really bothering me. I figured I'd share it with you guys. Two, you never know, man. You never know. I could do that how come stuff. I could do that all day long. None of that matters when someone needs help. How would I have known? I don't like being that person. I wish I would have never saw him, to be honest. Because I love helping people. That's like my thing, you know? Like I get a high off of that shit. And that one time I decided not to help somebody, they needed it. Damn. You know? With the family out there. The good thing is he's a man, he's an adult. He's 8 miles from the city where I'm at right now, because that literally was like 8-9 miles south of where I'm at. If I was in my personal car, I would have stopped. If I wasn't in the situation I was in with this tire, I would have stopped. I would have stopped, and I don't know what I could have done for him. Maybe I could have drove him into town and told him I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to have nobody in my truck for liability issues. If I had an accident and somebody was in there that wasn't authorized to be in here, I can get in trouble. Well, I and my company would be in big ass trouble if that person decides to take legal action. I'd have to do something, guys. And there's people out here who hate me because my skin is this complexion, you know? There's like more serious things in life. We just need to help each other, man. We need to look out for each other. That really bothered me, y'all. See y'all later. Man, it looks like somebody stole the whole steps on this guy's truck. Like, jeez, my guy. Kind of took that Action 5 a little long to fire up. Guys, I'm I'm at the beer place. It is 5:43 in the morning, and I'm out of here already. I ain't see this coming. These guys, I came to their gates around 5. Pretty much right around 5 o'clock. You guys hear how good I sound with the DJI mic in my hand. I've been fiddling with it. I get to the gates and I was like, yeah, I got some goodies if you're interested. That's kind of how I always greet the customers when I deliver some stuff. I'm like, yeah, you know, got some goodies here. You know, if you're interested, I'm here to deliver. And my man, said, all right, come on in. Gave me a dock number right away and everything. I was like, my goodness. These guys, they did not disappoint. My appointment time was at 9 a.m. They got me in at 5 a.m. So I'm fixing to go home now. I'll probably be home around 1 p.m., somewhere around there, 2 p.m. at the latest. I got enough fuel to not need to stop. You leaving?
In half a mile.
Okay.
Turn right. In 0.1 miles, turn right. And then...
He ain't even say nothing. He just was just doing this, giving me gang signs. I guess he ain't leaving, 'cause I was gonna let him go before me. I don't want to hold nobody up with my little idle time stuff. But yeah, guys, so shit. I can't complain not one bit. Hey, we rolling. Oh man, how nice is that? Damn, how nice is that? I'm in such a good mood right now. All right, let's roll. Phone that fell off the mount. So we just skipped a whole bunch of hours. Anyways, that's all I got, man. That was episode 3. Like I said, this was originally supposed to be just strictly Action 5 versus Action 4 versus Ace Pro footage, but turned into a work vlog week. I usually do work vlogs while I'm working, so I just kind of turned into just me just recording what I do at work, things that I see, my thoughts, stuff like that. So if you're still here and you're listening to this part, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscription if you guys want to see more videos, like all different types of videos, to be honest. But and if you have any questions on these cameras, let me know. I record with these things every day at work. I try different settings sometimes. I use photo mode sometimes. The 40 megapixel sensor on this camera is really good, especially for an action camera. So yeah, check it out, man. Thanks for watching, Jay on the Segway. See you in the next video. Peace.